In this episode, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite albums from John Coltrane, and it's actually one of his most defining albums. And I'm going to relate this to three mindset hacks that you can use to improve your health starting right now. Welcome to another episode of Executive Health and Life. I'm your host, Julian II, back at it again. And today is what we call more of a mini episode. It is something, maybe we'll start a segment. We're going to call it music and fitness. I love music, all types of music. I can go on and on about it. If I get bored one day, maybe I will start my own music podcast or channel. But anyway, one of the albums is from John Coltrane. But before I get into that, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the three mindset hacks that you can use to optimize your health. Be open to new ideas, just play and see what happens, and don't let yourself be confined to a quote unquote label. Now, to expound on that, these three principles were shared on March 7th, 1963. And this led to the masterpiece that was recorded by John Coltrane and Johnny Hartman. And they embrace those three big ideas that I just mentioned. And one of the examples, when Coltrane shared the stage with Johnny Hartman, and it was just him. It wasn't another instrumentalist. And this was something that was different, something that went against the mold typically at that time. And so he was open to new ideas right there. The record between these two was made on an impulse. There was no charts, no prior arrangements, and it was all in one take. And I believe it might have been one guy that maybe messed up or dropped something, and they had to do a little small piece on the second take. But other than that, everything was done in one take. And this is another lesson of just play and see what happens. Now, Johnny Hartman at that time did not consider himself what you would say is a jazz singer by standard definition. And so he had these hesitations about this collaboration and how it was going to pan out. And that connects with the third lesson of don't let yourself be confined to a label. Now, the point of this, besides me finally finding a way to share one of my favorite albums on here, is this: we are getting toward the end of the year. And it's, of course, a time where people like to reflect, but it's also a time where people like to look ahead and they get really excited about the next year is going to be their year. Well, if that's going to be the case, first and foremost, you need to start right now. But secondly, these three ideals is how the magic is going to be allowed to happen. So think about this. So perhaps your approach has not worked this year, or it hasn't given you the results at least that you hoped for. It's not quite as effective as it used to be anymore. Well, it's time to be open to new ideas. It's time to try new ways of eating. It's time to try new workouts, new approaches with your aging and health optimization plan. Maybe you're hesitant about making a move because you just don't know if now's the right time. You don't know if this plan is going to work this time. You don't know if this business venture is going to work this time. You've already tried before. It's time to start playing and just see what happens. So maybe everyone knows you as a certain type of person, and you desperately need to recreate yourself. You used to be an athlete, you lost that identity. Or what worked for you at 40 is not working for you at 50. What's working for you as a startup founder and how you took care of your health is not really doing the job now that you have a bunch of employees to take care of as well. And you have a family now. The strategy needs to be changed. So it's time to escape and not let yourself be conditioned by a label, to be open. So forget the rules, forget what the gurus say, and forget what is standard. And be open to new ideas. Start playing and just see what happens. Escape. And don't let yourself ever be confined to a label. And just like they did, you might just create your very own timeless classic if you keep these three ideas in mind. And while you're creating your timeless classic, you're going to be much more healthier, and you're going to really throw aside this standard thing that they call aging. So until next time, stay awesome, be limitless, and as always, go be the CEO of your health and your life. Peace.